So if you get nervous talking to people, let me give you this point of view. Let's say you're the person who's being approached by someone else. Someone else comes up to you and is like, "Hi, what's your name?" And you're like, "Oh, my name's this." And they start asking you questions, and they just seem like they have a good, happy, positive vibe to them. Are you gonna be sitting there thinking, "Oh, what a loser. This guy, this weirdo coming up and being nice to me, like, that's pathetic." Maybe if you just suck as a person, you'll be thinking that, but most people probably won't. And you'd actually be happy that that person's coming up and talking to you. So, when we switch the roles back, what are you nervous about? Them saying, "Oh, you're a weirdo." But we just went through the analogy that most people don't think like that. So what are you actually nervous about? And you think, well, that's kind of really it. I don't want them to think I'm weird. People want to be talked to. I recruited this guy. He's a Chinese foreign exchange student, graduate student, and I recruited him to my basketball team. The story goes like, we were playing with him a while back, maybe September, October. My whole team was with him, like he just was a random guy who was playing pickup with us, and he was pretty good, so we were all like, damn, he's good, but we didn't really see him at the gym. That was back months ago. And then yesterday, I saw him eating with his friend. And at first, I got the same sort of thoughts, like, wait, if I go up to him right now, he's with his friend, like, they're just looking at something on the computer, like, they're gonna think I'm weird, like, I probably shouldn't. But then I thought, again, I was like, well, what have I been teaching the people on my channel? And that's to not be afraid because of what other people are gonna think of you. And I'm like, alright, I'm gonna go ask him to be on the team. Keep in mind, I'm a first year college student. This guy's probably late 20s, from China, graduate student, studying computer science. But I walk up to him and his friend, and I say, "Excuse me." And then he looks up at me, and I'm like, "Are you his name?" Like, we knew his name because when we played back with him, but I don't even know if he recognized me. He probably didn't, so he just like sees this random kid who knows his name, so he's like, "Yeah, that's me." And I'm like, "Are you on a basketball team by chance?" And he's like, "No." And I'm like, "Would you want to join one?" He's like, "Sure." And then we talked a little, and he said yes to join the team, and that was it. It was pretty easy. After you get past that initial constraining thought of, oh, this person's gonna think I'm weird, and you actually go and do it, it's not hard at all. Another example, I was just at this kind of dance event, and then we were late. I was waiting in line for food, and then I was at the back of the line, and there's this other guy in front of me, and it was a pretty long line. We were probably waiting there for like 20 minutes, but we were just both standing there in line, not saying anything. Everyone else has like a friend group that they're talking to. So I kind of overthought it, and I'm like, oh, should I really talk to this guy? Like, I have no idea who he is, but I'm just like, I'm just gonna do it. So I literally just look at him and say, like, "Hey, what's your name?" And then he turns around, tells me his name, and we just get into a nice conversation. I could tell that no one's gonna be outright rude. Maybe in like a 0.00001% chance, but if someone, think about it, if someone came up and started being nice to you and it seemed like they wanted to get to know you, I'm holding a Taco Bell fire sauce packet right now, but if someone came up to you and seemed like they wanted to get to know you, you'd be happy. So why isn't that the same for anyone else? It's just that we are so afraid of other people judging us in our heads, when in reality, like, that it's not gonna happen. If you want to get my one-to-one help and do live calls with me and have access to text message me whenever you want, to go click the top link in the description, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for listening.